Welcome to the Chris Hanna Show.
In today's world, we have so many people who are struggling. They're struggling with so many different aspects of life. Obviously, COVID has been really tough these last couple of years. They're struggling because they've got no control over their lives, their career, their jobs. Or at least that's how they feel. As a result, they're lacking in fulfillment. They're not happy. Many people are just going through the motions. I would argue probably living their life on autopilot. They don't feel in control of their destiny. Some of you might be hearing these words and that might resonate with you. You might be thinking about and looking for a way to improve your sense of fulfillment, to have more success, and want true happiness in your life. It seems that some people nearly always attain success, maybe in relationships, business, maybe some level of personal fulfillment. They have it for a while, but then sometimes it slips. Now, there's some people who never reach the levels that they're looking for in terms of that fulfillment, happiness, and success. They might feel envious or jealous of others and thinking that, why are they so lucky? I would argue, though, that luck has nothing to do with it. I think that there are a number of factors that determine whether someone's going to be fulfilled, successful, or happy. Now, when we focus on these areas that I'm going to talk about, it can make a world of difference for you and ultimately lead to what you're looking for. And again, with that happiness, fulfillment, and success. So the first is self-image. Your beliefs about yourself affect how you're going to feel and how you appear to others. Your self-confidence and your self-worth are the results of your self-image. Number 2, self-control. The fact is, either you control your life or you are controlled by it. You ultimately need to find a way to take control, take action, and live the life that you want on your terms, your way. There's also creativity that makes a difference too. Inside each and every one of us is what I would call an artist and a scientist. The artist within you wants to bring out new ideas. The scientist within you is looking to solve problems. How you find that balance between bringing out these new ideas and being creative and solving problems is up to you, but ultimately, you're going to be happier, more fulfilled, and more successful when you get to exert your level of creativity. Now, some people I know will say that, oh, I'm not creative. Well, you know what? You are creative. You just haven't realized where those areas are that you're strongest and you're best at yet. But creativity is important to finding fulfillment. Another critical factor is what I like to call cooperation. A successful person is really going to be an expert in communicating, persuading, and encouraging others to make their own and probably shared goals come true. So the more cooperative you are, the more you are working well with others, playing well in the sandbox, however you want to phrase it, the happier and more successful and more fulfilled you're going to be. A factor here that I also believe that it's so critical and important is what I like to call planning. Because if you don't know where you're going, you're not going to end up where you want to go. In fact, you're going to end up somewhere else. If you don't have a clear and focused goal, you can't complain if you don't like where you are at. If that somewhere else is not to your liking, you have the power to do something about it. So make a plan. Try to stick to the plan. Evolve the plan as need be as life happens around you. But you need to have a plan, have something that you're working towards. Because if you don't have something, you're going to feel unfulfilled. I have been there. I know this from personal experience. The times in my life where I am most motivated, most successful, most happy, and ultimately most fulfilled is because I am working towards some mission. Something that is important to me, that motivates me, that pushes me, forces me to grow. The times in my life, in my career, where I've been the most disengaged is because I'm going through the motions. I'm living my life on autopilot. And that absolutely does nothing of value when that happens. Another factor I think that's critical and important to make sure you want to focus on when it comes to being more happy, fulfilled, and successful is concentrating. When you have a concentrated effort, when you're persistent, you're resilient, you're operating with what I call rigor, in the face of all obstacles, it's crucial to achieving your goals. Sometimes you need to go all in on something to find that you're going to get the result that you ultimately want. But when you do, when you concentrate your efforts, just like in battle, when you concentrate your forces, your resources, the tools, everything that you have around you, that's at your disposal, it can make all the difference in being successful. Because the opposite of that is when you're unfocused, when you're lacking in direction, when you're not doing what you need to do, when you have no idea what the path is that move forward on. You're aimless. And you're aimless. You're not going to get what you want. You're not going to succeed. You're not going to be happy. And you certainly are not going to be fulfilled. So I think that these 6 factors are so critical that everyone needs to remember these in order to have the control over their destiny or their fate, to live the life that they want on their terms, their way. So I'll recap it here one last time. So if you're looking to attain fulfillment, success, at any level, and overall happiness, you need to focus on the following factors. It's about self-image, your self-control, your creativity, your cooperation, your planning, and ultimately your concentration. When you focus on these 6 areas, you will lead the life that you want. You will be able to achieve the impact and the results that you want. And ultimately, you'll be able to achieve more. And that can make all the difference.
Thanks for listening to this episode of The Chris Hanna Show. As always, the latest episodes are available to listen and subscribe to on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. You can also follow The Chris Hanna Show on LinkedIn, Instagram, or Twitter. For more resources and solutions, including blog posts, toolkits, ebooks, speaking sessions, and more, visit chrishanna.ca today. We look forward to connecting again with you soon for another episode of The Chris Hanna Show.